so hard because when I was going through my depression, I barely cried. You feel me? Like I was going through it mentally, but I wouldn't show it. You feel what I'm saying? So when I felt myself, when I saw myself cry, I knew like this is my outlet. You know what I mean? This is my outlet to all my emotions. Like everything I need to let out, I got a pen and I got a pad for it, you know? So I got tired of doing things in the negative way, and I just channeled all my energy into my music, you feel me? So whatever I gotta say, I know somebody's gonna relate to it. I know somebody's going through it, you feel what I'm saying? So if I could say it, I can put my pain out there, like as long as I could relate to somebody or somebody could get my message and hear what I'm saying, that's all that matters. I know somebody going through it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We are back again, man. It's been a long week, kind of off, man. Definitely took some time away, just a little bit, and continued to grind. Had some good interviews this week as well. So I'm excited to bring you guys some more great interviews and great content coming soon. Definitely businesses, if you're interested, definitely plug in with me. Definitely excited to give you some more news. Maybe on the next podcast, I'll tell you how we're going to celebrate podcast number 24. Trying to lock in all the good details here now, and then we'll probably definitely be able to get things up and going so you can guys expect a little bit something different here. Welcome to the Plug Podcast number 20. This one's going to feature no one other than Just One. He resides from PA, Reddington. Definitely now moving around from Brooklyn to Florida to definitely Texas now, San Antonio market. Definitely excited to have Just One a part of the podcast. Definitely going to get into a lot of good information about his upbringing, some of his music. He definitely has a good, deep message that he looks to inspire others with through his music. So definitely excited for you guys to hear some of his music here shortly, and then also get to know him a little bit more during our interview. Want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors here for the week. Want to give a quick shout out to the 808 Shop. Definitely check out their Instagram page along with their website. Definitely have a lot of great clothing on their website. Check it out. You might find something you like. I definitely ordered this no cap shirt here, so definitely check out some of the things that they have here. You might see me with it on the next podcast. We'll see what we got going. Check out Big Brother's Barbershop as well. If you're ever in the area, in the San Antonio area, Calabria area, definitely check out those fellas there at Big Brother's Barbershop. We're also going to have a good interview with the owner from Big Brother's Barbershop here in the next few weeks or so. So definitely excited to have him a part of the podcast and keep up the good work there. And also shout out to King Cutz as well for plugging in this interview with Just One. We also want to give a quick shout out to APE Life Apparel and then also Bear Clothing. So definitely check out all those guys and ladies information in the description. Definitely get at them, see what they can do. We will get some plug promo codes here going for you guys. So how I'm going to be the plug and knowing me give you the plug on the stuff I got the plug on, right? So now we're going to get you some promo codes here in the future. Again, excited to have Just One a part of the podcast. Before we get into his first music video, 1126, want to talk a little NBA with you guys. You know, I love the NBA. So this weekend was pretty spicy. Portland lost to the Clippers, and Paul George and Pat Beverly had a few things to say to Dame Lillard. Talking about, you can say Cancun on 3, and we all know how Paul George probably still heard about that shot Dame Lillard hit on him and waved him off the court. So ain't no love lost in that relationship. So man, the Blazers are definitely trying to get things going, trying to see if they go get that 8th seed. The Spurs are right behind them. I believe in one game, Memphis still holds the 8th seed. So, man, things are looking real good at the bottom of the West. It kind of frightens me a little bit for the Lakers. I really wouldn't want to see the Lakers played in the Blazers because the Blazers may upset them boys. Definitely with Carmelo playing the way he is and things like that. So the NBA is definitely getting real good. Things heating up in the bubble. TJ Warren looking like an MVP caliber player. Oh man, he averaging like 34 points for the Pacers right now. So this dude's on another planet balling out in that bubble. So NBA is definitely picking up, which I definitely enjoy. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the NBA. Is the Lakers gonna get upset? Is the Blazers gonna make the playoffs? Who coming out the East? You still think the Bucks got that? I don't know. It's definitely hard to call. So definitely let me know what you think there in the comments and where you at with the NBA right now. Before we get into the music video again, I want to talk a little hip hop with you guys. We got Blame It On Baby Deluxe that just came out. And then NLE Chopper. We also have Pray for Love, Rod Wave. So it's kind of like a lot of these artists, if they already had an album out earlier in the year, they're putting it back out now with a little bit more music on it. I think it's a pretty good business tactic to kind of keep your music fresh throughout the year. So no, this is definitely a good thing. I haven't really checked out Blame It On Baby the deluxe part of it. I really want to see what else he put into the album, what else songs he probably added, and any features he probably put on there. So definitely let me know what you guys think about that tactic of bringing their album out later. I think it's a pretty good tactic to keep your music fresh and keep the listeners back on your music. So enough of Jay Alamo. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Plug Podcast. Our numbers going up. Businesses plug in. Music videos. If you want to get your music video on here, definitely send it over. We definitely are open to some music videos. So this is Just One. Interview up next. Just One, 1126. Let's get it.
$11.26.96. Throughout these 21 years of my life, Roger Kelman, I have yet to still see your face. So just listen. This is my letter to you, Pops, cause magically every call you ever made it dropped. You were supposed to hold it down, never supposed to flop. The love for your child, it ain't never supposed to stop. I needed you to save me, help my mama raise me, help me fight the demons that be talking to me daily. Teach me it don't gotta rain even though it's shady, and make sure I was loved, but love from my father mainly. My life is crazy only if you knew the sorrow. Sometimes I sit and wonder, should I give back what I borrowed? Thinking about the bullshit, is it worth seeing tomorrow? You were supposed to be the leader, but lost me, I couldn't follow. Surrounded by these thoughts, I look around, it's only me, if anything. I should look around and see you on my team. They say a man ain't supposed to cry, that's really how it seems. So as I'm typing, I'm fighting to keep these tears from my screen. You were supposed to be my hero, couldn't save the day. Lost in life and you couldn't even pave the way. You kept me underground, but I had amazing grace, cause I understood freedom was destined to come my way. But damn, I'm really trying to understand, how the fuck is it okay to sit and call yourself a man? Last time I checked to keep it 100 grand, walking out on your child's never in a man's plan. I'm glad it happened how it happened. I'm glad that you was absent, made me grind with the passion. Made me pick the slack up in the areas you lacked and had to focus on progression, pay no mind to distractions. I made a promise and it's death before dishonor. My kids will never question the existence of their father, no matter the situation.
Yo, welcome back from that music video. Definitely, that's your boy Just One. That's 1126. Definitely make sure you get into the description. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. And definitely make sure you subscribe and follow him on Instagram and all the above. Our special guest for the podcast, Just One. What up, man? How you living?
We all good on this side, boss, man. All good. How you?
Sir, welcome to the Plug Podcast. This is podcast number 20. This is your episode, man. How you living?
Oh, shit. Let's do it, man. Appreciate y'all for having me, boss.
Yes, sir. How you living? How's quarantine life? How you living?
Hey, man, I'm keeping the pen down on the pad, you feel me? Trying to get in the gym, work out.
Yeah.
Can't let this quarantine shit get to me, man. I'm trying to stay active, bro. I'm trying.
And that's what the best of us trying to do, create on this time. You got a lot of time to create. So definitely shout out.
Yeah, man.
We just came back from the 1126 video. Tell us a little bit more about that music video. That was overshot maybe a year ago.
How did that come
Right.
up?
So, just like everybody else, you feel me? Well, I don't want to say everybody, just like 90% of people are like us, you know, that live in poverty. I grew up without my father, you feel me? My biological father was nowhere around. I have yet to still meet him to this day, you feel what I'm saying? So, one day I just heard the beat. I just heard the beat, and that was the first thing that popped into my head was my biological father, you feel me, and not having him in my life. So I just took everything that I normally feel, and I just threw it into the verse, you feel me? Like, 1 second. Go.
Go. Dogs out there going
bro, these
wild.
Bro, right there, bro. Quarantine, like that's how I live, bro. No, stop, don't do that all day.
Definitely. Speaking of dogs, man, I seen a picture of Lonnie and your brother Lonnie and y'all's dogs out there, Black Lives Matter protesters, and then the day after cleaning up as well. Tell me a little bit more about what you guys are standing for, what you standing for in particular in this Black Lives Matters movement.
Honestly, bro, I stand for equality in all, man. I know it sounds cliche, you know. I know everybody talks about it and everybody talks about acting on it, you know. But I really just want to see our kind be treated equally, man. I'm tired of going places and driving cars and these white folks stare at me. I mean, like, prime example, I had a Rolls Royce in one of my recent videos that I shot is about to come out. Matter of fact, it's called Not Rude, Just Busy. And you feel me? I'm driving the car and everybody was just staring at me, like older white people. It was just staring at me in the car because they couldn't believe this is a young black man driving this type of car. You know, so to me, that right there is kind of like, it bothers a little bit because why can't we have the nice things that these white folks have? You feel me? Why can't we chase that dream? And why can't we have what they have? Like, what's stopping us? You feel what I'm saying? So I just want everybody and our con in general to just be equal, bro. Be treated equal. Feel what I'm saying? So that's really my message behind the whole Black Lives Matter. No, I don't really talk about it too much because I know it's a controversial topic, but I do have my opinions. I do have my inputs. I do speak to my close circle. You know, we do have these discussions on a daily. So equality is the big thing for me.
Definitely happening daily, all the time as well.
Right.
And I know from you growing up from Pennsylvania and then kind of moving around a lot to, kind of moving to San Antonio as well. Tell me one thing, has police changed any, or do you feel like it's kind of like, say, very similar from where you grow up to where you are now?
I mean, police is going to be police anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Cops is going to be cops. You have the good cops, you have the bad cops. But from the East Coast, from Pennsylvania, from New York and all that coming down here, I would say that the cops is more intense. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like the cops is more uptight when it comes to us down here than up there, up east. You feel what I'm saying? Because in New York, to be honest with you, bro, in New York and in Pennsylvania, I ain't really have to worry about it. You feel what I'm saying? Now we come to Reading. I mean, I come to Texas, San Antonio. Now we in the heart. I mean, we in the heart of racism. We in the heart of all this craziness. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like the cops over here are more conflicted when it comes to us. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, cops is gonna be cops regardless. You got your good cops, you got your bad cops. But I don't think it changed too much. I feel like the environment changes the police.
Yeah, definitely. And you growing up, let's talk a little bit more about your environment before we get into a little bit more about your musical scene. You grew up from Pennsylvania, Reddington, is that correct?
It's Reading. I'm actually from New York. I'm from Brooklyn originally. So I moved to Reading, Pennsylvania, I want to say my 9th grade year. So Reading, Pennsylvania is my second home, more or less. You feel what I'm saying? But originally I'm from Brooklyn. So Reading it's a small city. It's a small city outside of Philadelphia. It's about like 45 hour, depending on how depending on how you drive. But it's not a big city. You know, my high school class, I want to say it was about 1,500, but that's only because it's one school. You feel me? It's only one high school in that city. Yeah, so everybody goes to that one high school.
Yeah.
So Reading is just small. You feel me? It's just my second home. But yeah, that's where I'm essentially from.
Man, and tell me a little bit more about like growing up in like Pennsylvania. Was it a little bit more rugged from New York? I mean, tell me a little bit more about your upbringing there. A lot of people get that Meek Mill kind of like gritty style, you know. Tell me a little bit more about, you know, the way you brought up a little bit.
So Reading in Pennsylvania is essentially the same. Reading is just smaller. Obviously, New York is a huge city. Reading is just a small city where everybody knows everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, I grew up just like 90% of everybody else in poverty, single mother. You know, dealing with no lights, dealing with no food. Been through pretty much the same shit everybody else has been through. You feel what I'm saying? So when I write, it's literally like a story. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. All my music comes from that background. You know, it's all poverty and pain. Literally, that's all I know. All I know is poverty and pain. Now, thank God, you know, I'm starting to. We out of that now. You feel me? We out of that. We not looking back now. We moving forward. Yeah. But it was hard times, man. It was really hard times. I'm pretty sure the listeners, everybody listening now, you feel me? I'm sure a lot of people could confirm what I'm saying. Growing up with a single mother is not easy. It's not easy for you or the parent.
Your music is definitely vocal behind some of the things that you've been through growing up. You got one of the music videos that we're going to get into it in a little bit at the end of our show. It's called What Could It Be? And you're really hypothetically thinking about a lot of things that you wish that you could have went through in your life and could have probably experienced. You talked a little bit about your dad. How did that kind of inflict you or kind of help you out a little bit more or make you think a lot more to become a man you are now, not having your dad?
So in 11:26, when I ended the verse, I told my biological father, you gave me the blueprint of what a man ain't supposed to be. So basically, I took him not being in my life and him not showing me right from wrong and just not having him around. I took it and I noticed what I'm not supposed to be doing. You feel me? I always told myself, when I do have kids, my kids will never have to question daddy's existence. Unless I'm physically not walking this earth, my kids will never have to question where's daddy or when's daddy coming home or none of that bullshit. You feel me? It made me stronger seeing my mother do everything by herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've witnessed my mother do shit that she did not want to do. Like, I could see it in her face. I know she ain't want to do it. You feel me? I watched my mother sell drugs. And I watched my mother sell her body. I've seen different shit. And I can't blame it all on my biological father, but I blame the majority of it on him. You feel me? Because as a man, that was your job. You were supposed to be there and you were supposed to stop all that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So I took his absence and Pop Smoke said, take your pain and make champagne out of it. So that's exactly what I did.
Man, if you ain't making champagne, you making millions soon off of these tracks you're making. So don't even worry about it.
Something, bro.
So man, I got a chance. I'm glad I had a chance to sit down with you. I really enjoy your message that you put, to your music. A lot of people kind of just freestyling these days and not really talking about much in their lyrics. But you, on the other hand, like, damn, I picked up one song, two songs. I'm like, whoa, okay.
I appreciate that, boss. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So tell me some of your influence in the rap. I mean, how did you get into rap and what influenced you to kind of express yourself in this sense?
So all of my family, basically, I've been around music since I was a kid. Like
yeah.
my uncles rap, my cousins sing, my cousins rap. Music is just in my family, you know. I've been around it forever. I just started taking music seriously like a year and a half ago, just because it was my outlet. So around that time, well, when I started really taking my music serious, I was going through a depression. I was in a deep depression. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was smoking so much weed and just getting high all the time that I realized I'm not helping myself. I'm actually just fucking myself up. You feel what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I don't know if I can curse on it, whatever.
Nah, man,
like,
we free airways on the plug podcast.
I bet. Good.
Talk to the plug, dog. I'll at me.
But yeah, man, I realized like I was only harming my body, I was harming my mind. Like, yeah, I still do it now, but I've learned to tame it. You know, I've learned to tame my depression. So the way of me channeling my energy from smoking into music, I saw when I put my first song out, and I actually sat in my car and I cried. Like I was just crying because I believe my first song was 1126. You feel me? So when I was listening to it, now I was listening to myself, and that was my first time hearing myself.
Yeah.
You know, so I started crying. Like I was just crying, and it hit me so hard because when I was going through my depression, I barely cried. You feel me? Like I was going through it mentally, but I wouldn't show it. You feel what I'm saying? So when I felt myself, when I saw myself cry, I knew like this is my outlet. You know what I mean? This is my outlet to all my emotions. Like everything I need to let out, I got a pen and I got a pad for it, you know? So I got tired of doing things in the negative way, and I just channeled all my energy into my music, you feel me? So whatever I gotta say, I know somebody gonna relate to it. I know somebody's going through it, you feel what I'm saying? So if I could say it, and I could put my pain out there, like as long as I could relate to somebody or somebody could get my message and hear what I'm saying, that's all that matters. I know somebody going through it.
Yeah, nah, man. And like I said, just initially when King Cutz set the interview up, like, you know, you know, me being the interviewer that I am, I had to go research, had to go do something.
Right.
And I was like, I listened to your music, and no diss to none of everyone else that's been part of the Plug podcast. But man, your music was definitely like heart written, like, you know what I'm saying? So definitely keep that energy up. What kind of rappers kind of influence your style rap? I ain't gonna lie to you. This is what I hear. I kind of hear like a South influence, but kind of East, like lyrical. So tell me a little bit more about your style, who you kind of mimic, not say mimicking, but look up to in the sense of their style.
So really when I started, I didn't have nobody that I was looking up to or trying to mimic or, you know, ride with their wave. I was literally just talking, you feel me? Like I said, music was in my family, so it just came to me naturally. But the one person that I can say I would be chasing right now would be J. Cole. You know what I mean? Because I listen to J. Cole and I like to listen to what he's saying opposed to the song, if that makes sense. I like to listen to his message, and I feel like I'm similar to him. I don't want to compare myself to him, but I feel like I'm similar to him as far as my messages. You know, I feel like I put all my messages inside my music like he would. So J. Cole would definitely be the dude that I'm chasing if it would be anybody.
Yeah, man, the message is there, but your sound is unique. Like I said, it sounds like Ross. It sounds like that South sound, but with that lyrical. Like, man, I feel like you got something special, bro. Don't give up on that. Like, man, it's really solid.
That's love, boss. I appreciate it.
Facts. No, for real. Because I'm like, man, you got the lyrics, you got the sound, man. You just push the production, bro. You behind it, man, for real. Tell me a little bit about what do you think about J. Cole's current song? Have you had a chance to listen to his new singles that he put out?
So I heard him, but I haven't had the time to sit down and listen to him. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from the first take hearing it, he did what he normally do. Is J. Cole.
Like,
So,
yeah.
I don't expect J. Cole to ever have a miss. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like yeah, definitely. I mean, he definitely wants, if he putting it up, he making that shit. You feel me? So I gotta sit down and actually listen to it. But I've heard it. It is good. I do like both of them songs, man. I do.
Yeah, so definitely, man. I definitely a big, good inspiration to have. Can you tell me a little bit more about the difference from the music scene in PA to SA? Like, how would you kind of compare, contrast the music? You know that was coming, man. You knew that was coming.
Yo, yeah, so
a little bit
it's funny to me because so people in Reading, like, they fuck with my music, you know. People in Reading, they support me now that, you know, I'm already doing something. You know, people support me now. But it's funny to me because I feel like I had to leave my city to get the buzz and the love from them that I should have been getting from the jump. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when I was there and I was just starting out, nobody was really fucking with me. Like I had some people, you know, yeah, you good, you can do this, you know what I mean? But the city as a whole, I don't think the city as a whole was really, you know, following me. Yeah. But once I left, and I don't want to say I put the city in the rear view, but once I separated myself, I feel like they took notice. You feel what I'm saying? They took notice that I'm not doing it for nobody but me. Yeah. And I'm already building. You feel me? I'm building an empire now, and now they see me building. They see my empire coming off the ground. You feel me? So now I feel like they coming.
They know it's real. They know it ain't no loosey goosey shit.
You feel me? Like, now they rallying behind me. You feel me? Like, SA, I came out here. I put my first EP out. My first EP was Nothing Is Impossible. I put my first EP out, and bro, like, I got crazy love. Like, crazy love. People was, yo, you just, I fuck with your music. People was DMing me from San Antonio. You feel me? I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I had to leave my city. Like, I couldn't get this type of love in my city.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's crazy. It's definitely crazy. I feel like the music wise, like, collectively, I feel like it's different because up east is so much faster. You feel me? It's everything is up tempo, and everything is lyrical. You gotta be You gotta be lyrically inclined when you up east, especially in New York. You feel me? Home of Biggie, Nas, all these people. You feel me? You gotta be lyrically inclined. So I feel like me bringing my lyrics from the east down here, I feel like it helped me in a whole different aspect. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's boosting my popularity, you say.
Yeah, it's kind of making two homes in one, in a sense.
Yeah, there you go.
So you definitely doing that. Tell me a little bit more about your first EP that you released, Nothing Is Impossible. Was there any structure behind it? Was it more mental madness? Where were you at when you were making this project?
So when I was making the project, I want to say I was in the middle, going towards the end of my depression. Like, I was in a depression for about 5 months strong. You feel me? Like, day in and day out, just going through it. So when I made this project, I feel like I was stepping out of that shell. You know what I'm saying? I was coming out of that depression shell. I was starting to see things differently. You know what I mean? It was really all of my emotions and just me writing. So if you go back and you listen to it, I don't have hooks on none of the songs besides Few Nights. You know, none of them have hooks because I was just writing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, whatever I was thinking about, I was just writing. So that project, to me, that project means the most, not only because it's my first one, but because I was going through such a rough time at that time. And for me to pull myself out and come put a project together like that, to me, I think now there's no limit to what I could do. You feel what I'm saying? I already seen myself at my worst. Yeah. I've already pulled myself up from my worst. So now there's really nothing that I don't think that I can't handle.
Yeah, man, and that's definitely very good. I mean, you've been in that dark place, you know, kind of going through those things. What kind of words of encouragement can you give to people that may be in that dark spot? What can you try to tell them to brighten up their mood and get them through that?
Honestly, it's not. I don't want to say I can't say anything, but it's more so you feel what I'm saying? It's more of a mental thing. You gotta know that you bigger than what you facing right now. You gotta know that you can and you will see through it. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's gonna hurt. You're gonna go through it. You know what I mean? That's why you gotta take that time. You mean you're gonna face trials and tribulations, your depressions, your anxieties. All of that is gonna set in at some point in time, and you may think you okay, and it's gonna hit you when you least expect it. But that's where mental fortitude comes in. You feel me? That's where you gotta be mentally bigger than your situation. You gotta know that, all right, I'm fucked up right now, but
I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get through this shit.
I'm gonna get through it.
Man,
you feel me? It's not really, at least for me, it was nothing really that nobody could tell me, or nobody was really able to do nothing for me. You feel me? Because it was just I had to fix my mental. So no matter what nobody told me, I was still depressed. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta do that shit yourself. You gotta want to do it yourself. You feel me? You can't be feeling sorry for yourself. You can't sit there all day like, fuck, man, this is whatever. Yeah, I mean, you gotta do that shit yourself, man. You gotta be strong-minded. You gotta just want to do it.
Right. So, man, I'm glad definitely to hear that you're in a good spot first and foremost, bro. And man,
appreciate you.
Good blessings, good ready to continue to make sure it happens. Almost There, is that an EP album? What was that?
So, Almost There is an album. I took it down from all the streaming services. I left it up for a month, and then I took it down because I'm about to release the reloaded version. So I want to say sometime August, hopefully middle of August, reloaded is going to drop. So I took it down from all streaming services and all that, just temporarily until I could throw the reloaded out. But reloaded is definitely coming sometime August.
Okay. And I mean, did you have any other projects in between your most recent MP to the one that's coming out here in a few?
Actually, I had dropped a single called "Can I Live." It was actually right after the George Floyd death, about equality and what we facing. So that song was actually very, very powerful to me. I feel like when I put that song out, I touched different people that wasn't paying attention to me. You feel me? I feel like the whole African American community was put on notice when I put that song out.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the things that you kind of I did do a little bit more. You kind of spoke towards many situations. One of them being the Sandra Bland. You know, Sandra Bland got pulled over and she died for it. You know, her mugshot, they opened up her eyes and it kind of took, you know, I mean, you're very involved with, you know, these situations, which is very powerful. How does these moments affect your music? Like you just mentioned, you made a song about it, but how does it really impact your music overall?
Well, honestly, I'm a young African-American male myself, you feel me? So I know 90% of my audience is gonna be African-Americans. So honestly, I don't want to say it affects my music too much because I'm still gonna put music out for the people, you know. I'm still gonna place my music. I still know who I'm targeting, you know. I know who's really with me. I know that our people is gonna be with me regardless. You feel what I'm saying? So it bothers back to the whole equality thing.
Yeah.
I really hope everybody gets that equality, but
yeah,
I wouldn't say it tarnishes my music too much.
yeah.
I mean, like it gives a little impact because obviously we around it 24/7. But
Yeah.
I try not to put, or I try not to let that affect my music. If it makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely understand. I mean, it does, like I said, definitely makes good music to hear about some of the things you've been through as well. Definitely shout out to you and your brother holding down San Antonio as well, protesting and even going back out there again, cleaning up the city behind it, trying
Right.
to stand for those messages. So definitely shout out to you guys holding down for sure. What about future projects? Come on, man. You on the Plug podcast. We releasing exclusive
Listen.
information.
So
what you got coming up?
I just signed a contract to do a feature with somebody in the game. His name is called Eli X, man. Shout out to Eli X and his team, his whole booking PR team and all that. He gave me an opportunity, should I say. He's a real stand-up dude, you feel me? He hit me. He was like, hey man, I see you working, whatever. And we locked that down. So I got a single definitely coming out. Eli X, if people haven't heard his music, y'all should definitely go look him up, especially the Spanish community. He's definitely big in the Spanish community. I got something that I got coming up with T-Top. I'm not sure if everybody knows who T-Top is, the battle rapper. I've been working, man. I've been working, man. I got some shit coming. I got some shit, man. Like I said, man, I just put the pad down.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm thinking, it just comes. It comes out. You feel me? So I got a lot of shit that's coming.
Definitely, man. And I know everyone that's kind of tuned in, and everyone that's tuned in to the Plug podcast is enjoying this interview. So don't forget to subscribe, share, and get in there and follow my man Just One. Man, we want to know what's your goals at this point. You so inspirational to the game, man. What the hell is your goals at this point? Where's your stamp in the game you want to leave?
So right now, I've been making little short-term goals for myself.
Good.
Obviously, with this COVID stuff, it got set back a little bit. But one of my short-term goals is I want to get a citywide tour. Whether it be San Antonio, wherever it is. I want to get a citywide tour and just spread my music physically. I want people to see my pain and see my emotion rather than hearing me. Like I know I touch people when I speak. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know people relate to me, but I feel like it's a different ball game when it's visual. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of my goals is a citywide tour. Outside of touring and everything, but I want to reach at least one person, and I mean literally, grab that person's attention and let them know that whatever it is that they're going through, they not alone. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you facing, somebody has faced it too, and I'm probably that person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I want to be heard. I want people to
grasp that music videos.
Yeah. I mean, I just want people to know where I'm coming from. You feel me? I want people to know the real Just.
Man, so before I even let you go, like I said, we got into your first video, 1126. We're gonna close out definitely with music video, what it could be. A lot of your influences, like you mentioned, you just hope someone grabs on. What are some of the life lessons that you learned that you kind of put on display in this music video? Because like I said, I listened to it. It had a lot of good meaning to it. What can you kind of give a short summary to for the people for this video?
So basically, a couple years ago, obviously, me and my lady, we had experienced a miscarriage. It's not uncommon, you know, it happens. So basically, I was up. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and my mind was just racing. You know, I was thinking about what my life would be if I had my child. You know, what would I be? 1 second. Yo, chill out.
Settle down.
Yeah, bro, you want to play all day, man. But yeah, I was just thinking about, you know, what would I be doing at 3 o'clock? I mean, I was smoking my blunt. And I was like, I mean, if I had my child, would I be smoking right now? Would I be doing this shit right now? Yeah. Or would I be changing his diaper or changing her diaper because they shitted or something? You feel me? So it was literally, I was just thinking, bro, like, what the fuck would my life be if my child was here? You know, it's a fucked up situation, but I found ways to cope. I found ways to, you know, deal with it. I found happiness inside of my nieces, my nephews, my godkids. You feel what I'm saying? So, that song, outside of 1126, that's the realest, most pure form of just you could ever get. You know what I mean? Like, that's vulnerability at its best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that song, it, just think about it, it got me a little worked up. You feel what I'm saying? But it's definitely a touching, man.
It definitely, like I said, you hear like your message through your music. I hope everyone in the Plug podcast will go and enjoy that. So don't even worry about that. We got you back on that. Before I let you go for the evening, bro, any shout outs, any special thank yous you want to give out before we let you out of here?
Shit. Shout out to the Plug podcast, man. I don't know if y'all heard, but like I said, this is my first virtual podcast, man. This is my first real podcast on my own.
Man.
So shout out to y'all. Shout out to my brothers, man. Shout out Xavier. Shout out my brother Lon, man. Brother changed my life for the best forever. Shout out to my lady, man. You know, she's been holding me down through everything. Shout out to everybody going through something, man. Shout out to everybody going through something, bro. Y'all gonna get through it, man. Y'all gonna get through it.
Man, we only got a couple more minutes. Just went to you here live on the couch, man. You live here, we got a lot more to show. All right, for sure. Man, this has been Plug Podcast number 20 with our special guest, Just One. This is gonna be the music video we're gonna close out with. What it could be, make sure you get into the description, hit the like, subscribe button, follow my man Just One. We out. Plug Podcast 20. Let's get it.
Falling in and out of consciousness, wondering if God made this a consequence. Could it be your daddy was incompetent? Could it be your daddy lacked the confidence? What could it be? What could it be? Tell me what's the reason that you really had to leave? What could it be? What could it be? Look, tell me what's the reason that you really had to leave? What could it be? What could it be? Tell me what's the reason you ain't crawling next to me? Tell me what's the reason you ain't balling next to me? Please tell me what's the reason you ain't talking next to me? What's the reason you ain't burping on my sleeve? What's the reason I can't teach you about the birds and the bees? What's the reason I can't teach you say excuse me and say please? What's the reason I can't watch you walk on your feet from your knees? I got questions and they need some answers. How come I couldn't teach you all about your manners? How come I couldn't set you to a higher standard? How come you couldn't come to me when you need answers? I remember reading it from mommy. We ain't believe it that you fell up out of body. We were supposed to teach you how to potty. I feel like I let you down, and for that, man, I'm sorry. Falling in and out of consciousness, wondering if God made this a consequence. Could it be your daddy was incompetent? Could it be your daddy lacked the confidence?